nice, big, fat, just like that. So when I go to do my thing later on, self-love, self-care.
So disgusting.
It's a little citrusy, just like what you
No, that's just that shit is disgusting. No.
But it is good to. It actually, man. Since you finally sat down, it's good to see you. It's been a while. It's good to see
you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to deal with shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Over here, life
is
fucking flipping cars and you're hitting bitches head on. I see it. Even though I'm in Facebook jail, I can still see posts every now and again.
Yo, are you posting from your wife's Facebook right now, yo?
Why is she saying something? I don't really be checking my Facebook like that. I literally will get on there and clear it just to get rid of a stupid pressing notification, just get rid of the bubble off of it. But I'm like, fuck it, I'm in jail. I'm not doing nothing.
Nah, she said, I don't know. I saw her name come up. I was like, is
Terrance? Is she posting shit on my wall again, fucking with me?
I don't know. Hold on. Man. We gotta check Terrance as well. Let's get this shit started, yo. And then we gotta check your wall.
With it. That's why I'm mad with it. With it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab, get it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it.
That's where I'm at. Okay, you chasing clout? Oh no way, your shit turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Get in Trouble podcast. What you doing? It's your boy Eddie LIles and Terrance G. And then Lloyd Lee again is always at work. God damn, bro.
I'm starting to feel like that dude doesn't care about us anymore.
I think he doesn't like us. I don't think Lloyd Lee likes us. I'm going to be honest. And I think we're on his Facebook page, and I don't think he likes us.
Yeah.
I think we should just spend the first 15 minutes shitting on Lloyd Lee.
I agree, especially because he chose this life. However, this may or may not be directly based on his choices. It's still based on his choices. He chose.
Listen, when you that old and Asian, bro, you could have chose a better life for yourself.
Yeah.
Come on, you know what I mean? They didn't have to be a comic. That's his fault.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a comic and an actor. It sucks. Sorry.
Yeah.
And a good husband. Fucker.
Yeah, especially because I know Asian parents wanted way more for you than that. Come on, Lloyd.
Yep. Have you seen his mom's drawing? His mom can draw she drew the picture of him on stage to do behind the ground.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want
the one that's part of his background now. It's a fantastic picture. Shout out to Lloyd's mom for that. It's dope.
Yeah, facts.
Awesome.
Sorry your son couldn't be as artistic as you.
Yeah. He just dedicates himself to sloughing off and then being like, I guess I'll come back to the podcast when I feel like it. Do you even podcast, bro?
Yo, all right, let's jump into the first topic. That Caitlyn Jenner joint that went viral about Caitlyn. So if you guys haven't heard, Caitlyn Jenner basically said, what was it? What is it? I'm about to say the word all the way wrong. Genetically disposed men. I don't know. People that
biologically.
Chromosomally.
Yeah.
We so stupid. Yeah.
No, fuck that. We're here to get in trouble.
Biological men. That's what
people that are born men and women that are born women, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever, right?
Anybody that was born with a penis, if you're a chick
y'all
now,
know what the fuck
whatever.
we're talking about.
Yeah, you know what it is. They shouldn't play sports. I'm going to let you start this one off because white people should always go first on horrible conversations.
I'm gonna definitely get in trouble. But number one, first off, I don't know. Let me just caveat: I don't know the terminology of one versus the other. Right? Like if you're
trans women versus cis women.
No. I know that. I'm saying like if you were born a dude and you feel like you're no longer a dude, I don't know if that makes you a transgender. Wow. Does that make you a transgender girl or does that make you a transgender dude? I don't know.
If you were born societally as a male or a female, right? So, but you feel like you were born the wrong gender and then you make changes to fit what you feel like you are, then you are trans.
No, I understand that. But I'm saying like correctly.
Maybe we should have a transgender person.
So like, no, definitely. Let's do it. I mean, fucking fill me in on some shit I don't know. Like,
if y'all know any transgender comedians or people that are willing to talk to two idiots about something dumb that's going to make jokes entirely through what they're saying.
Yeah, because jokes is how the fuck I deal with it. That's number one. Number two, like, I'm not making fun of transgender. I said I don't understand because I don't know the terminology, right? Like, I don't know if somebody that was like me when they were born and decides that they are no longer that and make the transition, are they transgender men or are they transgender women?
I think that's what it shit gets complicated, right? Because they'll say, like, a lot of people will say they didn't choose. So when you use the word choose, then they stop with it. No, I'm not trying to correct you. I don't understand it. I'm saying I know that. Yeah.
No, you're right. But I appreciate the call out because if I'm going to be fair, I didn't mean it choices that way. However, it pans out that the individual's journey is to make a transition. I don't know the appropriate terminology, right? Like, so I don't know, is that a transgender? Is that still a transgender man? Or is that because it's crossed trans over, however you call it?
Yeah, like, if they were born without a penis and then they turn into or they make themselves look as if, I don't know. If they transition themselves, then they're trans. They just have to transition. That's the best way. I guess hopefully that's the best way not to offend anybody. If they transition from one gender, then they're another. But at the end of the day, if you transition, you are still born with the same qualities of the other person. And so what basically wound up happening was Caitlyn Jenner, who is a trans woman now, is saying, if you are,
so that's the terminology, right? Because
it's trans.
Because Caitlyn was Bruce and is now Caitlyn. He's considered a transgender woman.
She's considered a transgender.
I would have thought Caitlyn
Money's
was a
gonna fuck you up. Money gonna fuck you up.
Hey, look, I didn't know. It's from a place of ignorance. Y'all gonna get upset. That's not on me. Fuck it. It is what it is.
So now she's a trans woman.
Yeah, so Caitlyn comes out and states she doesn't feel that it is fair for athletes that were born as a male to compete in female sports. And that was the tweet from 2 days ago, roughly, I think.
It was like, you sent it to us.
Yeah, I think it was Saturday when I sent, and I was just like, oh shit. And literally I just like, hey, I just want to see what the reaction is.
Listen, bro. At the end of the day, like, and listen, I text this in the group. If Caitlyn Jenner ran the Olympics as Caitlyn Jenner, the fucking record would never ever be broken. Does everybody recognize that, like, Bruce Jenner
I'm not arguing with you.
Stud of an Olympian?
But there's troves of people out there that will tell you that that's discrimination, that's hate, that's transphobia. And that's not. That's literally us stating, look, right now, as my brain understands science, as my brain understands life and biology, currently, I don't think that this makes sense right now, right? Like, for somebody that's born like me to compete in female sports right now, based on what I think I know to be true, it doesn't make fucking sense. That's what Caitlyn seems to be saying. But you got troves of people that are like, that's transphobic. No, it's not.
You're not being transphobic. That motherfucker was on the goddamn Wheaties box for the decathlon, bro.
Yeah.
This motherfucker won gold and 76 for the decathlon, bro. That motherfucker was a beast. Black people liked him. You know what I'm saying? Like, when black people give you your credit in track, my nigga, like, you fast, bro. Like, and you good in any track and anything that's related to track and field. If black people give you credit, you's fucking nasty. Now, you telling me that if you took a dude who won gold in the like, he would still be winning the decathlon if he ran as a female. He's 71 years old, or she's 71 years old.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like, and we've had this discussion before, because the last time we kind of talked about it, it was revolving around the military, right? We were discussing how that would go because another story had broke around this, and it was talking about the lifting of the ban on transgenders. That's what it was, I believe. So I still don't see any issue or why it's considered hateful that it even comes down to a breakdown of chromosomes, right? We're talking about what we collectively as humans understand to be indisputable evidence, aka science, aka biology, however you want to do this. We've come down to that is indisputable as fact. That is a way to tell that no matter this societal discussion about, gender being a social construct or whatever, we have viable proof that there is some sort of science and biology behind it. However crazy people want to get, that's fine. That doesn't mean that it changes chromosomes or that people should treat you like shit based on whether or not your exterior matches your interior that nobody can see anyways. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. That's okay. Where's the I guess the proverbial saying is, where's the lie?
Yeah, listen, okay. The point record for females in a decathlon is 7,921. Bruce Jenner's gold winning performance was 8,616.
Yep.
Yo,
and that was from
she would beat the shit out of these motherfuckers.
And that was from how many years ago? And athletes in
76.
general have only gotten what? We all know this to be true. You played football,
Faster.
I played football. Bigger, faster, stronger. BFS. Bigger, faster, stronger, period, point blank. That is what sports have always done. That's why you see guys like LeBron James being the size that they are. They just keep constantly evolving.
Bro, the Dave Chappelle, this shit brings up the Dave Chappelle joint of if Dave Chappelle decided to turn transgender or to a trans woman, or not decided, if LeBron James said, I felt like a woman all my life. I played this sport because I played it this way because everybody was saying, I'm rich enough, I'm bold enough now. I have made my decision. I am turning into a trans woman.
Yeah.
Could you put him in the WNBA where he would score 1,000 points a game?
I mean,
bro,
if they did, I'm gonna get in trouble, man. If they did, viewership would go way up, and the salary would be over.
The salary would be sick, bro.
They would no longer see that meme of like, look at these two players with comparable statistics. The WNBA would be watchable.
Would be bro. Listen, I
think
we've had this discussion. We already had this discussion too many times. Like, not too many times, but we had the discussion before.
Yeah.
End of the day, I feel like if you were born as a biological dude or biological male, and you feel like you were born in the wrong body, or you were born in the wrong body, however way you want to look at it, and you transfer over to over to women's sports, there's a reason why all of them are beating the shit out of cisgender women.
As we understand science and biology right now in 2021, that shit is not sensible. That's all I can say.
But that's what you saw that they were saying, like we found out it's not testosterone. Like, there's men in the NBA that have lower testosterone than women in the WNBA. So it's not testosterone. And then I think the argument was dudes are given sports things earlier, so they start practice shit earlier and all these different things. So they build muscle. It's more acceptable for them to build muscle than it is for women to build. All of these different arguments, bro. Hey, y'all have those arguments. Listen, if you are a cisgender woman, you do not want to fight a transgender woman. It's just that simple, bro. And I know there's an argument, like that was the other. I forgot her name, and I love her politics. Everybody used to love her until she was like, "There's women."
Tulsi Gabbard.
No, not her, not her. It was another. She's African. It was an African lady, who came over and she was helping with a lot of social justice things. I think she won like a Nobel Prize or something. But she was talking about like, and they fried the shit out of her ass because she said there's no such thing as cisgender women. There's women, and then there's trans women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so she got like caught a whole rack of flack for this shit. But because like she was basically saying a whole rack of women, like we've been fighting for all these rights, we've been fighting all these rights. And then now you have trans women saying, well, we're women too. And it's like, whoa, you are trans women. And like it's too much shit for me to fucking get through, right? Because like I don't care if I get in trouble for shit I understand.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Or shit that I think I understand. I'm not getting in trouble for shit that I have no fucking clue to.
No, and that's why I said like I'm coming at it with some semblance of reverence, and I'm admitting my ignorance, whatever, right? And I've got my own thoughts and opinions on the shit. I said my understanding of it is science as of right now, but it came with the caveat last time too that maybe in 10 years we'll have a revelation that states, you know, if flipping everything that I know now upside down. At that point, I'll be saying, hey, you know, I was wrong. But for now, this is just the way I understand it. I don't see any issue with it. I don't think it's transphobic. It's just, I think it is incumbent upon us to protect women, right? Like they are disenfranchised. And when you see this is part of that weird, tiny, small sect of that far progressive left shit that's going on to where it's like they're tearing each other apart despite kind of being on the same cause or on the same side of the cause. It's weird, right? Like just a few years ago, they were the same people that were like, believe women, believe women, believe women, you know, and now it's like, hey, what'd that bitch say?
Because I think it's gone past, you know what I'm saying? Like it's an overcorrection, right?
For
like
sure.
that's how everything works, right? It's an overcorrection. You go too far, and then it's like, okay, whoa, let's really shit back in a little bit. Let's really shit back in a little bit, baby. Like I think y'all been past the point. Like we were making this point, y'all making this point, right? Like again, I don't think anybody's human rights should be infringed upon.
Period.
But it is not a human right for
People
you
need to stop conflating that shit. It's not on human rights.
Chromosomes matter, bro. Chromosomes matter. Let me stop for somebody black get at me. Like you know white people gonna use that shit.
I'll say all chromosomes matter. All chromosomes matter.
XX, Y, YYX, all of them. No, yeah, like no. I'm just saying, yeah. If you're a trans boy, trans girl, you gotta fight or you gotta play the sport inside of that joint.
Unless there's
inside of the joint that you were born as, or that you looked upon as the mostly.
Unless there was some sort of agreement up front prior to. That's when I'm fine. Like
it's no agreement up front. What do you mean?
I'm saying there's plenty of co-ed sports out there that would welcome things like that. There's like for example, roller derby, right? Little known fact about your boy, I used to coach a roller derby team, and they would go against individuals that were trans. I've got no issues. The girls had no issues. Nobody has issues. I'm fine with that. However, if one of the girls has an issue, then it's incumbent to say something. Maybe it doesn't change anything, but it's at least worth that conversation to be had to at least make somebody feel comfortable. Now, I understand you can teeter that weird line to where some people might say they're just uncomfortable because they are transphobic. I can't help that. That ain't me.
Right.
I can't do nothing about it.
I think at the end of the day, if my daughter decides to pick up MMA and you tell me that a person that lived their life majority and learned MMA as a male, and that then throughout their life they had felt like they were a female and they finally made the transition and they fight my daughter, I'm jumping in the ring and I'm beating that little nigga's ass. Like I'm like, that's just where your head is at. You get what I'm saying? Like
I get it.
But like, and I think for boys, I think the situation is for boys is different, right? Because
you're gonna have to stop and read the statement, Eddie. I mean,
no, I'm not stopping that shit. Man, fuck that. Being that little nigga ass.
You better apologize, Eddie, because well, no, technically, because you did end the N-word with a, and that's technically Spanish, so it's kind of the female connotation. So I guess you did right through the transgender pronoun shit, right?
Dumb as shit. Look, I call all sexist nigga. And all races. So anyway,
your N-word is the Latinx of
my N-word is it's just everything. It's plural, son. It's a whole rack of different shit. White, black, Spanish, male, female, dog. I don't give a fuck.
One white person, like, I'm so honored.
Yeah, fuck you, white person. Hold on, is that really a thing? What, like back in the day? Like I don't know. Was that really a thing that like white people, when a black person was like, "Yo, nigga, chill out."
Are you serious?
No, I didn't know if people making fun of me or not.
Absolutely, it was an honor bestowed upon ye small ones such as us that would have the honor of the few darker than thou folks to call us the N-word.
Darker than thou folks. Stupid fuck. This stupid ass motherfucker. You darker than thou folks. White people, no, because I never understood that shit when white dudes be like, yo, did you just call me the N-word? Like, even when I was a kid, like, yo, did you just call me nigga? And then you like feel some type of way because you're like, nigga, don't say fucking nigga. Like,
because we, like, in my era, you're my era. We're about the same age. We're about 6 months apart, right? So in our era of white trashery versus the black folks stuff, right? So in our arena, we always grew up understanding it was a term of endearment. So that gets said, and you're like, oh, this means I'm in. I'm accepted. This is a verbal group hug that we are embracing in.
See, like, this is the thing, though, right?
Say it again, my brother, because I'm here for this.
Say it again, my brother.
I'm here for you.
Excuse
then you
me,
get the white people
take
it too damn far. They're like, not only do I hug you, brother, I'll be here for you every step of the way and shield you from every other white person that dare wish harm upon thou. Because I fucking hate me some white knights.
Nah, shut the fuck. Listen, like, nah, we had white boy Sean. I don't think Sean ever was like, yo, you called me your nigga, bro. Shut. Like, I don't think he ever did that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I saw this shit in movies, I went to an all-white school. I know of one group of kids, right? Who and like this shit this is where I like started being like, I don't like white people saying nigga around me, but I refuse to not say nigga around white people, right? I swear to God. So I was at somebody's house and he was like, and his one of our boys called and he was like, hey, he literally looked at me. He was like, Eddie, listen, I'm sorry. Like, it's not like we not like, you know what I'm saying, doing it wrong. Like, it's just something that we say, da da da. I was like, what? He was like, what up, my nigga? How you feeling, my nigga? And I was like, and that shit made me feel so motherfucking weird. And I was like, hey, bro, listen, yo, like, nah, that shit not cool, bro. Like, I'm being shit, like, now, and other situations happen, but like, and that was my guy. But it was just like, I was like, yo, listen, which I like, because we had heard the stories that white people behind closed doors always say nigga. So when you see it, it was like you ever see that meme from fucking The Wire with a nigga, he was looking at his shirt and he was just moving, he was like, yo, like, that's literally how I felt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, like, are you serious or not? Like, yo, listen, I don't mean no disrespect by this shit. Like, blah, 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 blah. And he's still like, he don't rock with me no more, and that's all my fault. I'll never disavow that, right? It's my fault all the way through and through. But I could have not rocked with him before, just off of that simple. Like, but I was like 11 years old. I didn't even know white people at the time. Like, it was just like, yeah. Like, I didn't even have white boy Sean until I got back around. Like,
see, that's the thing, right?
Moved. I didn't know white people. I had one white teacher who helped me.
like where I'm from, white trashery in Whiteyville, wherever, right? Like it's different, right? Like you don't understand the full gravity of the N-bomb until you get older. Like you just don't. It's something that you hear often, and people are like, oh, it's a bad word. You never really understand why. School never fully does the in-depth explanation to fully make you feel something about it. Like even when they cover the transatlantic, slave trade, when they're doing that, we know how that shit went, right? It was basically like Columbus discovered America, then black people were taken as slaves, and then Abraham Lincoln came on.
50 years.
Yeah, then Abraham Lincoln came on and said that's enough because he was an honorable guy. And then you fast forward to where they freed the slaves, but things happened to where the slaves just couldn't get together. So Martin Luther King Jr. came up and he marched for equality and freedom, and bam, racism was defeated. So
but you do understand, like this is like, hold on, listen, bro. You do understand that that's why Black History Month was actually created?
Yeah, that's
because they didn't teach any of that shit.
But that's what I'm saying, right? So when you look at like something as I say minute, but I mean that respectfully, right? I say minute. Right. So something as minute as a word, right? And I understand the historical, like
yes, we get it.
Right. All right. But something as minute as that, there's no real painted, broad, in-depth context. So you hear it, you see it, and especially when I'm growing up, it's in music and everything. You better believe Young T was dropping the N-bombs in the basement.
Like you dress like a white boy that said, and
I did. Like
come on, nobody's stupid. Nobody's stupid.
Look, man, I cut the
Nobody's
video.
looking at T. Nobody's looking at Terrance G like he's a really respectful white guy. I bet he never said that. Dude, you hang out with a black dude who says nigga all day and never flinch. It's always the Asian guy on our fucking podcast that flinches.
I thought you were about to say it's always the Asian guy that says the N-word. It's very true. Lloyd, I wish you would stop it. I don't know why. Lloyd, it's just you should really cut it out.
It's crazy that everybody on the podcast but me gets blamed for using the N-word.
That was the best part about that clip, though, was because Gina's face was like she was literally like, we were having a really good time vibing, like we were having a great time, and then you said that, and she was just like we're cool, but I don't know that he's not that cool.
But John was talking about the books, right? So that was with
shout out to my man Ghost J.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. They need all of the histories need to be taught, right? And I think that's where a lot of black people, the new age black people, are starting to push back on Black History Month, because what we found was during Black History Month, that was the only time that they taught fucking history that involved black people. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then Mexican History Month isn't even that big yet, right? Like the Mexican culture, like the Mexican
independent
places that have a lot of Mexicans.
No.
That not
Hispanic communities.
No. Because I learned that lesson too. Because I got a couple of people that work for me that are not Mexican, and them motherfuckers will tell you, you be like, yo, you Mexican? Like they'll fuck you up, bro. So there's certain
but you just said Hispanic. That's not a bad thing.
But no, but that's the thing though, right? Because there's Mexican American Month. But and then they have Hispanic American Month.
Okay.
It's two different fucking months. But if you fucking white trash or niggers, you be like, ain't that the same fucking thing?
I'll definitely say I'm definitely too white trash to get it. I'm definitely too white trash. But I can at least appreciate that you extended your black hand to help pull me out, so I'm not alone. Because you're doing the N-bomb too. If you're so white trash and you're ish,
I swear to God, I'm not gonna. You can't lie about shit like that, right? I saw this shit on Google and I was like, didn't we just have this motherfucking month? Because the thing is on opposite ends of the fucking year. And I was like, yo, These motherfuckers got 2 months on this bitch.
Yeah, man.
Nah, but no. That's a lot of the pushback, right? Is that during February we do Black History Month, and then that's the only time that you hear anything about Black history. Shout out to the young girl who just got into fucking Walmart and Target. I sent you that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
For 6 years old, like became a multimillionaire. Her and her mom had a business already, put her in position. Now her business is in. She only 6 years old, the youngest CEO in Walmart history or some dumb shit. Like, dog, like, you know what I'm saying? Young Black girl. Like, it's like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It goes to show like connections, networking. But at the same time, that's still dope as fuck.
Yeah.
She not only just the youngest Black, she's just youngest across the board.
Yeah.
The youngest CEO to ever own a company or be like, you know what I'm saying? Youngest CEO whose items got in the wall. Like, that's fucking, matter of fact, I gotta give her a shout out. I gotta look at the little girl's name up.
I just looked, and no, you didn't send me that article, but
I didn't.
No. But that's really incredible, man. To think at 6 years old and to just have done it. And I mean, I understand why they say, you know, they emphasize the Black stuff. Like you obviously want to have that glass ceiling broke too. But that's incredible in general, man. 6 fucking years old.
Lily, hold on. I want to make sure we get this little this young queen her fucking just due for real. Lily Dillier. Like, and I hope I said that right. Lily Dillier. She's Lily Frilly line is at Walmart. Make sure y'all cop something for that if y'all got daughters. Like, I know I'm gonna buy my daughter some shit. Like, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, like, it shouldn't. I wouldn't say it shouldn't because it has to, right? Shouldn't and has to, 2 different things, right? Yep. Like, we have to say young Black female. Was like, why? Because people would take that away and don't understand. Like, Black community has been shown in such a light, just like the hillbillies or the redneck community, right? Like, people don't understand the fucking and y'all can look this shit up. The smartest, the highest IQ person in the world is a ranch dude that's a redneck. He has the highest IQ in the world, right? Yeah. He's like he's a rancher, right? But he's stupid smart. He was doing other stuff, and then his IQ level, whatever, got tested. Like, people don't understand how like they look down on certain people.
It's that twang, number one. It's always any sort of like that.
Yeah, it does sound stupid. Y'all
sort of
stupid as shit. Y'all sound stupid as shit.
Hey, it just is what it is, right? Like any sort of country twang or southern, it sets people off, right? But it's
because that's all we see in the movies. Boom, and that goes to the deeper shit, right? Because that's all we see in the movies. Every time we hear somebody with a country accent, they always doing something stupid.
They're doing something stupid. They're probably racist, whatever the case. Right. But so, kind of like we talked about the last episode or 2 episodes ago, whatever it was. People, if you haven't traveled, you need to understand that white trash, and I don't know what y'all call it on y'all's side, right? Like black trash, whatever, right?
Whoa!
I don't know.
Whoa!
Like, what do y'all call it?
What the fuck was that, Terrance? I would have rather you use the N-word. No, I wouldn't have. No.
There would have been no statement. There would have been no statement. It just that's all it would have done. No, I don't know, but like they're the same fucking people. Just
what's the motherfucker? I was about to say Bugetto. He called him ghetto. Like that's a. But he's like, you know what I'm saying? But ghetto the wrong term too.
Exact.
No, it is.
People.
Oh, it is.
Exactly.
It just got different skin tones. One person was in the sun a little bit longer. For real, they probably was in the sun a lot. They just, your neck got red and I got darker. That's just how that shit went.
Yeah.
But that's what the redneck was, right? Like, isn't that what redneck comes from? It was like all the people that were working out in the field, like not in the fields, but
that's assuming
they were working outdoors.
That's assuming that I'm redneck. I'm not. I'm white trash. So
isn't that redneck?
There's levels to this shit, man. There's like
how many levels of white people are there, bro?
Dude, there's like redneck, there's white trash, then there's hillbilly. I'm not a fucking hillbilly, right? Like
no, hillbilly was redneck and white trash.
Man, no, Hillbillies are like those types of people that live in like the mountains and shit of Tennessee. Those are those like type of motherfuckers with like their banjos, you know, like sitting on their porch with whatever homemade moonshine they had, waiting for something that looks like it's even halfway brown for him to shoot at it. Like that's what they do. Meanwhile, they're like, hey, Martha, which is their sister, like get out here so they can just like finger banging, or is it finger blasting? I don't know. It's one of the two.
I thought it was finger blast. I don't remember.
I thought it was finger banging.
We never even said that shit, bro.
I did.
We never. I never said that shit. You want to finger bang? You trying to finger bang, baby?
Yeah, you'd be like, oh yeah, because I finger banged that chick. Like,
you want to finger bang? No, I never. No, so, all right, hold on. All right, let's get this right. So, what is the top class white people? Rich? Because you can't use that no more. You sound like Joe Biden.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know, man.
All the good schools, all the kids, and then all the other schools, all the black kids go to all the poor schools, and they can't go to schools like the white kids. What the fuck?
No. I'm not going all Uncle Joe on you. I think you just call those white people. I don't know.
No, do you just call them white people? Like, because you got all right. So I grew up around white trash. The white people, a lot of the white people that grew up in my neighborhood were white trash. The white people I went to school with were preps. So I used to call them preps. That's why I don't like preppy motherfuckers.
Yeah. I don't like preppy motherfuckers either. That's what
you got preppy white people, and then you got Carltons, which is the preppy black people. Like I used to go to school with a kid named Kwame. I don't care. Kwame was cool as shit, but Kwame never had a shape up in his life. I swear to God, before middle school.
Who do you dislike more, preppy whites or Carltons? I'll tell you right now, I hate me a preppy person.
I hate preps. I don't like preps. I don't like people that try to be preps. I just don't like preps.
I don't either, man, because it's like you said it right there, that try to be that. Like you try to be this fucking stereotype thing that you are, and then you embody that, and I hate everything about you.
I don't like preps. I don't like preps at all. I like I'll say it doesn't matter if they're Carlton or fucking just a preppy white person. Like I can't fucking with them. Like it's like, you know, okay. And then there's people who went to that were preps, but they were cool preps, right? And I don't know what to call them. Like if we had to like generalize all of them, I don't know what to call them, but there are some cool preps, right?
They were always the ones that knew that they lived in the nicer neighborhoods and knew that they had a code that they kind of had to live by.
Right.
But they also would be like,
yeah, like so like I used to have a friend who I think he's a pro golfer now, right? But I can't say his name because of what I'm about to say. So
I'm Eddie. I got a pro golfer friend and 14 degrees.
I went to school with Freddie Adu, bro. Like that's my highest claim to fame. I went to school with Freddie Adu and the dude's son who walked The Exorcism.
I'm so glad there's nobody out here watching except for one person right now. So I'm so glad only one person is watching just to see.
They're gonna hear it on the audio. Your credentials. It's not a credential. It's people I fucking ran into. What the fuck?
I went to school with a professional golfer, and I can't even mention his name because all the inside stories I have.
I didn't notice. I didn't go to school. See, now look at you fuck nut. Now look at you. Now if you let me finish my fuck ass story, you punk speak shit.
You're right. Listen, it is a fuck ass story.
Shut up. I used to do security in Georgetown, right? And I used to go so when I did security in Georgetown.
Oh, that's where you met the person from the steps deal. Okay, got it.
From the Exorcist.
The Exorcist steps. You said something about the Exorcist.
No. I went to school with the dude who wrote The Exorcism. I went to school with his youngest son, or his second to youngest son, and that dude was like 80 at the time. Yeah. He was just banging out kids. I can't remember his name, and all of his kids are weird as shit.
Dude, if I fucking like. If I wrote one of the greatest movies, like arguably of all time,
the book he wrote, The Exorcism, the book.
Yeah, but
that's how old that motherfucker was.
That's what I'm saying. But it becomes a movie. You had better believe I'm blowing babies into everybody and everything.
I think his mom was like 40 something. And his father was like 68 when he was born, or some crazy shit. Like, dude, he was putting out bodies, making babies, baby.
Rest in heaven, King.
I ain't
Rest
gonna lie.
in heaven, King.
Is he dead yet?
I don't know. Probably ought to be. Fuck him. That's my default. That's how I know I'm an asshole.
No. So I went to the school, right? And like whatever. Roland Doe. There we go. No, is that the person? No, that's not him. Who the fuck? That's Exorcism of Roland Doe. Who the fuck wrote the Exorcism? I don't remember. Either way. So yeah, I went to school with this kid. What I was saying was, when I worked in Georgetown, a dude I used to sell weed, and this kid, he was a prep. He used to help me sell weed, basically, right? Coolest motherfucker ever, bro. And motherfuckers would be like, "Yo, he's a dweeb. He's this. He's that." Like all of like cool, like quote unquote cool preppy people. Like no, my brother 7 hated this motherfucker. Like when you meet my brother, I'm telling you, I'm gonna bring it up, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, I thought he was lying." Like I used to make stupid money. I used to make stupid money with this guy, and fucking like as a kid, I was making stupid money. But my brother hated him because my brother was like he was a prep. But then all the preppy kids was like, "Oh, he's lame." So he was like right in the middle, and that's why I fuck with him. Right? Like this.
That's where you and I are at. We're in the middle.
Yeah. This motherfucker bought me. Have you ever seen the movie The Kingdom?
Yeah. With Fox.
What? No. That's Kingdom. You know how movies go. The motherfuckers change one word on the shit, and then it's a different movie.
I thought that was which The Kingdom you talking about?
So the Kingdom was the dude Orlando Bloom, where he's in Jerusalem and he's fighting for Jerusalem and shit.
Yep, I know what you're saying.
He bought me that dog. That motherfucking movie cranked so bad. But yeah, like like I loved hanging with him because it was like I learned different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to experience different shit. Preps motherfucking have fun, bro. But they preps. So they start talking and you be like, "Hey man, I need you to shut the fuck up." like just like that. Like
I equate preps to, in my limited experience in acting, I equate them to actors because they're full of themselves, constantly like everything's got to be about them. And the conversation's got to be about them. And when somebody else talks about a story that's relatable, that story will lead back to the one person because it's got to be about them.
It got to be about them. But that's human nature, though. That's not just prep shit. That's some human nature shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want shit to be about you. Like, we do that shit on the podcast. Nigga, we started with fucking transgender women in sports and got the racism. Like, and then went to preps. Like, we always equate shit to ourselves.
Yeah, but that's just because we're talking. That's a different story.
That's true.
I don't constantly espouse how incredible I am everywhere I go. And I don't constantly cut people off and be like, "Listen to my story, please."
I do.
No,
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I do. Yeah, listen, I'm fucking amazing.
I
make sure everybody knows that shit.
The only thing you do is cut people in line to get through the line faster to check out your spicy beef patties. That's it.
You know what I do? Actually, I need to go get some. Listen, you know what I do? You know what I do? I literally raise my excuse me, and that's how I get through lines. I just want to make sure that's perfectly clear. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I'm fucking amazing. Let me look at the camera when I say it. I'm fucking amazing.
I just liked how, like, when you did that, I couldn't even see your eyes. Like, it just literally, like, it was like, I'm fucking amazing. Like, I couldn't tell.
I got cheeky eyes, which I can't say anymore because of Lloyd.
Oh, man, Lloyd. I am going to tell him at that 43.
I was like, Lloyd, I have small eyes, bro. I have to open my eyes when I talk. If I don't, like, people think I'm not. Like, this is, I'm opening my eyes wide a little bit. Like, I got small eyes.
For everybody on audio, I just want you to understand. Eddie is attempting to open his eyes and say how wide open they are, and they're barely open.
This looks normal to regular people. This is like I'm stretching my eyes open, bro. Like I'm not even joking.
That's because the weight you carry in your forehead, bro, is holding them eyebrows down.
I got small eyes, and Lloyd was like mad at me one day. He was like, "Listen, I don't care if you say it, right? It's like your black friend telling you he doesn't care if you say the N-word, don't use it in public. Like he was like, I don't care if you say it. I just want you to understand the repercussions
you might get
if other people." I was like, "Yo, my eyes is chinky." He was like, "What does that mean?" Like that's a racist term.
It is, and it's.
I know, but I didn't know. You understand? This is how this podcast actually got started.
Then you wonder why Loy is off taking jobs elsewhere and trying not to be on here because you keep saying these hateful racial slurs, and you just like, oh yeah, this is fine.
I don't say hateful shit. Like I never said. No, I'm not even gonna say it because somebody will cut the Drake like later on when I get famous.
I will.
He said he hates chinks and like the nigga. No. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, they can't do it now. God, I dare you to. I will fuck you up. I will literally fly to Oklahoma just to fuck you up.
I love how it changes. Every time it changes where I'm at based on the day.
I forgot.
It's fine with me, but it's
listen, geography of
I'm damn sure cutting this shit together. Period.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I was telling this to somebody else. I want to visit every state, even if it's a drive-through. Like, even if it's a drive-through, like McDonald's, motherfucker. Like, I'm trying to, like, visit every goddamn state, right? So that I can stop confusing Idaho, Illinois, Oklahoma, and Missouri. Like, they're not even close to each other. I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I have no fucking idea where they are. If you was like, yo, I'm gonna shoot you in your head if you can't tell me what Idaho is. I'm like, what? And Omaha. Where the fuck is Omaha? Nebraska? Like, I don't know. What the fuck is I think I know what Nebraska is. Isn't it over top of Utah?
If only I would have known it would have been that easy to murder you. I'd have just done it when I was still in DC. Be like, Eddie, hey, tell me where Idaho is, bitch. You can't. Fuck you, cloud. Like, do you think that's
Idaho and Omaha like they look exactly the same, except they don't, right? Like they, you know exactly what I mean when I say
Omaha, Idaho, yeah, all those states.
They do. Like I don't even know. Is Omaha even a state? Listen, I know the 50 states, you fucker. Omaha's not a state. It's in Nebraska.
It took you far too long to jump on that.
Listen, like look, I'm gonna be honest with you. When people be like, listen, when people be like, hey, you do a podcast? I'll be like, yeah, I'm in DC. My boy's in Vegas, and my other boy's in Idaho. Like I said. And then they look at the podcast and be like, that shit says Omaha. Same thing.
I don't think that's that. Fuck it, man. He doesn't care.
Same thing. Don't they have corn there? Don't they have corn in both states?
It's got white people. That's all I know.
I don't know. But yeah, at the end of the day, wrap up, right? I sound more stupid. I don't. If you can tell me somebody that could name you all 50 states, right?
I could fucking do it.
Hold up. I can name you all 50 states. It's not the problem. But they got to name all
I could even go from West Coast to fucking East.
That's what I say. And name them in order by fucking line, right? Line by line, right? Like start at Vermont, Maine, Rhode Island, and then hit New York, and then drop all the way down to Florida, then come all the way back up to Connecticut, and drop all the way back down to Georgia, and then go all the way back up to whatever the dude, I was done after I said Georgia. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whatever state next to Connecticut.
Georgia and Connecticut.
What is it? Connecticut and then it's Georgia, right? If you go down the line, or is it Georgia? I don't fucking.
What fucking lines are you drawing from Connecticut?
Can you write out all the states on a map, motherfucker?
Yes, I could.
No, you can't.
Yes, I could.
It's not that many people that can write out all the states on the map.
I'm telling you right now,
over the age of 6.
If I couldn't do it, I would maybe be 3 states off. Maybe at most.
Listen, I know the West Coast has Washington, Oregon, California wraps all the way down. And then what is that? Is it shit?
Come on,
is it New Mexico or is it New Mexico, right?
No,
nope. Or is it Nevada first?
Nope, it's not that.
Because Utah's not. Is Utah on the side?
It would probably be what they call the zona.
It would probably be
because they got the iced tea, right? Shit. They got the zona out there, right?
I've been to Arizona too.
And then you go right. Then you go right up above that. Then what you got, Eddie? Nevada. Come on, man.
Oh, Nevada's above Arizona. Yeah, Arizona is a border state. And then it's New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And then Utah is with the little slit. Utah got a little slit, right? Utah has a little slit to it. And then Texas. And then, fuck this shit. This geography lesson is horrible.
Utah is not Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. Utah's up.
Listen, bro. I'm telling you, fam. I could listen. If I figured it out, the only way I would figure out a whole map sequence is by every state that I missed. Does that make sense? Because I can tell you by what size they are.
Georgia, Florida,
Mississippi's next to Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Where's New Orleans?
Louisiana.
It's in Louisiana, whatever. The geography's not my strong suit, bro. I'm a history buff, bro. When we were talking history, I was all with you, bro. When we were talking about the movements,
I don't think you were with me at all in any of the movements.
I do actually, though.
How are you gonna say that you're a history buff and then be like, I don't know?
I'm not gonna say I ain't history. I said I know history. I'm not a history buff.
You just said you're a history buff.
Did I say that?
Literally said
rewind it.
Yes.
Rewind it. Let's rewind the tape. Can we edit?
I'm bringing yellow flags on this shit from now on. I'm just gonna fling them right at the camera.
Do we edit? Because if we edit, I need to edit that part out. Because I don't think I said that.
I want instant fucking replay. That's what I want. Instant fucking replay.
No, all right. No.
Yo, so did you see the shit that I just saw recently? Bill Gates and Melinda Gates are getting a divorce, and there is no prenuptial.
Why would it be? I've been married for 60 years.
Yo, so I was sitting here thinking about that. Like, you want to talk about? I'm speechless right now, man. Like, I can't even think of what to say because the amount of money that lady has now. Now I can understand. Look, I understand being married doesn't necessarily mean that she didn't do anything, but she's kind of cashing in on this dude's lifetime of work and a lifetime of just laying on the back, being like, "Yeah, put it in, Bill. That's dope."
No. Can't do that to her, bro. Shit, like, I don't know what the lady from Amazon did besides work while he was in the fucking his mom's office.
I know nothing about Melinda Gates.
So listen, Jeff Bezos. I know Jeff Bezos was like he was in his mom's what's the name building Amazon, right? Melinda Gates, I think was like in school for like literally like was in school for shit. I gotta remember what she was. I gotta remember what she was. Yeah, she was valedictorian too. Like, oh no, Melinda Gates smart as fuck, bro.
That's
like, no, she won. Yeah, no. Only thing I'm gonna say is like she won these chicks that was like got a billionaire fuck and sat on her back. Her husband just overshined her because he was the head of Microsoft, right? She was like smart as fuck balls, and then like met this motherfucker and like. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was developing Microsoft, like, yeah, she up there, bro.
Hey,
she up there, bro.
That's my own ignorance. You called me out on it. My bad.
Yeah.
By the way,
though, Gates been up there for a minute, bro.
That is an unfathomable amount of money in a divorce.
But that's the thing, though, right? She don't even need that shit.
Don't
like. And I don't know. I didn't know enough about Jeff Bezos' wife to talk shit about her. Melinda been having that money for a minute, bro. Like, I think she like bought. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I read this right.
Bill better hope she's not petty, because if she's petty, she's gonna take everything she wants.
Okay, why wouldn't she, bro? Why wouldn't she, bro? Like at the end of like she. All right, let's be honest. As a dude that went through a divorce, right? Both of us, right? Our wives didn't really help us with our careers, right?
Correct.
But in a sense, right? Like, you didn't have any kids with her. For me, my wife, you know what I'm saying, had a kid with me. She held down my daughter, raises my daughter, gives my daughter is fucking amazing on top. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit comes from her mom. You know what I'm saying? Mother's Day's coming up. I'm not just shitting the bed for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything, a lot of the great shit, majority, 90% of everything that's good about my daughter comes from her mom. That's just a fucking fact. You get what I'm saying? So if I became rich, I have to give her something. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. if we blew up tomorrow, and in 3 years all three of us had $1 million in the bank, 200,000 might go to her mom.
But that's also because you have a child that is still growing with her.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so you can't say like certain women. I do understand, like, when the mom is raising the child while you're getting, you know what I'm saying, everything going, why they get something. Not half. I won't say half, but they do need to deserve something.
Right.
Melinda was having his babies and everything like that, but had a career before that dude. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she stopped that shit to be Bill Gates' wife. You get what I'm saying? Like, bruh. So, like, if she's, I doubt she's taking half. But if they take half, you're not gonna have a whole like, you're gonna have some dudes that's gonna be like, yo, does she deserve half of $1 billion? But at the same token, would he be able to focus as much on his shit if it wasn't for her?
Who knows? All I'm saying is in that divorce is more money than I'll see in my lifetime.
Nah, I won't say that. I won't say it anymore. I used to say that shit. I'm not saying that shit anymore.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm gonna hold on to this.
Yeah, hold this audio, bro. I'm about to tell you straight up. If I had $1 million, I would be a billionaire by now.
Glass half full thing. I say, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'll let you go, Eddie. You go.
Nah, yeah, bro. I've made a good. I haven't had the money to make as many great investments as I want to. But if I had the money, nigga, I'd be a billionaire by now.
Hey, did you see that though? Speaking of investments, that the UFC parent company went public.
Already bought it. Already bought it, bro. Up 12% in the first day, baby. Up 12% in the first day, baby. I bought that shit off the Brizzy.
I really don't. I really don't day trade at all. But I pay attention.
I ain't day trade. I bought that shit off the Brizzy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I bought the stock on that joint.
I'm sitting here like, okay, let me check it out. Let me do. Oh, not bad. Let me grab a little bit of that.
But that's what I'm saying. All right. So Melinda, right? Like, helped out Microsoft, helped him raise his kids, let him be at work majority of the time. She go and get something. Not to mention, on top of that shit, she was already making money. But this is where I'm like, they getting a divorce now? Like, the motherfuckers old as shit.
That's the thing. Like, you couldn't hang out any like that. Like, that's when you know you're
wait for this motherfucker to die.
That's when you must be sick of the shit to just be like, I'm not. No, not one more damn minute. Not one more second. Get this bitch out my face. No. I don't give a damn that we're 89 and a half. No. Kick rocks, ho.
I mean, I think, what is Bill Gates? Bill Gates is like 65. She's like into her 50s. But like, Bill Gates ain't a pretty dude, bro.
No.
Like, if we really being honest about the shit.
Yeah. That dude
ain't a pretty dude.
That dude looks like every 1980s employee orientation video manager. You know what I mean? Like, when you go to some shitty like Long John Silver's or McDonald's employee orientation. He's like, "Hi, thank you so much for choosing to be a part of our team."
I just said I'm not. Listen, I don't know, Melinda. I'm not going. She 56, bro. I can't really judge.
I've never seen her.
You never seen Melinda Gates?
What's
bro,
Melinda Gates look like?
She's how do I put this? She white. She white.
Yo.
I'll let you. She white.
Wait a minute. There's like a couple
basic.
pictures. There's like
she
a
ain't
couple
great.
pictures where you're like,
she ain't ugly though. She ain't ugly.
I mean,
she ain't great. She's not what you see Elon Musk girl? Have you seen Elon Musk girl? That's all you gotta look at. Look at Elon Musk's girl. Elon Musk girl look odd. She look odd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if she was a white girl that was like walking down the street and we were both single, we might be like, hey, what's going on, shawty? Like, we might throw a shot at her. Melinda, that's a drunk night, bro. I'm like, you gotta be honest about it. That's a drunk. That's not a stupid drunk night. She's not horrible.
She's not horrible, but
she's the all right. Put it like this: she looked like us in the category for female.
I'd tickle her toes for $5.
She looked like us in the category of females. That's how I put it.
If she were gonna let me tickle her to get paid, I'd do it. Why not? Why not?
Would you give 50 if you made a listen? All right, hold on. Hypothetically,
would I invest in this pussy? Is this what you're about to ask me? Would I open up that stop and try to
would you make Microsoft without a prenup if you married Melinda?
Oh my God, no.
Like, as soon as you want to up and coming to Microsoft, you're like, hey, I gotta get in a divorce real quick. Because this don't look good.
It's like
this is not a bitch I want to give 50% of $65 billion to.
See, that's the beauty of being funny, right? Is like when you're funny, you can constantly bat outside of your league. So it's like every time you bring a girl around, you're like, damn, T, like that's your girl? It's like, yeah, motherfucker, because I'm funny. Like, yeah.
Hey, I do that shit every goddamn time. Every time people see any chick that I date, like on majority, like date, any chick that I date, niggas be like, for real, Eddie? Like, I'm funny, bro.
Y'all don't understand. I'm funny, all right? So
I'm funny, bro.
I can constantly bat. So I understand where my limits are, all right? I understand this might limit me, but I can talk good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, listen.
Melinda is a one-sentence kind of girl. I don't need a one-sentence kind of girl. I need a paragraph. I can't,
You said Melinda Gates is a what? I can't, bro. Nah, son. Shit. Yo, let's hit that shit. Let's hit that shit there, yo.
That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab, get it? That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it.
That's where I'm at. Okay, you chasing clout? Oh no way, shit turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all remember to get your tickets. Eventbrite right now. I'm gonna get in trouble. It's gonna be at Arlington Draft House June 3rd. Get your tickets.